I need some titties. I feel like I'd be lit if I had some milky tits. What's going on? Who hurt you?
Fuck off. I thought we were talking about sex. When you were over my house, platonically.
Do you like your mouth being spat in?
I was going to ask you that. He was like, can I titty fuck you? And I was like, okay, sure.
Kick things off. Oh, this is the first time we're doing it, but everyone listening, thank you so much for tapping in. We are here today with my ex-girlfriend's best friend. So to just do a little icebreaker, I want to ask like a quick random question. Are you ready?
Let's do this, yeah.
How do you like to be fingered?
Two fingers? One. It starts with one.
Yes.
And then it goes two. And then... sometimes I don't mind if it like what is it called when it's like this?
What, in your asshole as well?
I don't mind.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never done that.
It depends how close I am with that person.
We'll be a little bit more serious. So Violet Benson, hello. Thank you for coming on my podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
We just filmed yours. It was I was so nervous for that.
Yeah. Harry really thought I was just going to go in on him and like trash him. Like I had certain things that I was going to, but to be honest, I just wanted to get to know him. And I just feel like I like showing a different side of people on my podcast. So for me, it was more about like understanding why he is the way he is and kind of like also understanding.
What do you mean is the way he is? Like what?
Well,
am I the devil?
No, for example... We apparently in Mexico, all of your friends said that girl looks like she has daddy issues. And that's so crazy because like I literally do. So like if you got to know me, you would be like, oh, that's why she's the way that she is.
Are you
so it's
Russian?
Like the same thing. Yeah.
Nice. I picked up on. Does everybody notice that or am I special?
You're definitely special. People, I don't think I have a Russian accent. I feel like it's like sometimes people think I'm from New York or they can't tell where I'm from.
I hear it underneath.
Do you drink heaps of vodka?
No, actually, Russian Jews, I'm Jewish, so like Russian Jews actually are not drinkers. Like my whole family, we don't drink.
Really?
Well, so because my grandpa was alcoholic, so my dad wanted to be the opposite of him. So then he just never really drank, and our whole family, we don't really drink.
So you born in Russia?
Yeah, I was born in St. Petersburg.
It sounds like it's in America.
It is in America, but it's also in Russia. I was born in St. Petersburg, Russia. When I was born there, it was called Leningrad. That's what it used to be called. And then because Lenin was in charge, and then when he stopped being in charge, they changed the name to St. Petersburg. And it was like when it stopped being Soviet Union.
Jesus Christ. And then your whole family moved out here?
No, then when I was 1, we moved to Israel.
Damn.
And then when I was 14, we won the green card lottery and we moved to the U.S.
No way.
Yeah.
That is crazy. How long did that process take for the green card lottery?
Well, I think we went for my bar mitzvah to New York for the first time in my life to the U.S. And we were just there. And so it must have been like 12, 13. I forget what age it happens, like bar mitzvah versus bar mitzvah. Maybe 12. Or 13, I don't remember.
I got no idea.
Yeah, right. And basically my like far uncle or something was like, hey, why don't you, to my dad, like, hey, you should apply for the lottery. My dad was like, that's so stupid. Why would I do that? What are the odds? And he was like, you just never know. Just do it. And he did it.
Damn.
And then like months later, maybe 6 months later, they called our house and they were speaking English. And they were like, hey, is your mom or dad home? And I was like, what the hell? Okay. And they talked to my mom, and that's how we found out. But like the whole process is insane. Like not everyone can get it. It not only was it like months, almost a year of a process. You have to be wealthy enough to be part of it because you have to spend thousands of dollars on it. They have to make sure that you have no diseases, that you're super healthy. They have to make sure that you have enough money in the bank for a full year.
Damn.
So then you don't come to the U.S. just to be on unemployment or get food stamps. Like it's a bunch of different stuff that they test you. They do a bunch of interviews, and then and then because of that, my parents always called me their lucky charm because it was like because of my bar mitzvah, we won the green card lottery, and also I'm the one that picked up the call. So, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. And then so the whole family everyone move with you, and then when did you kind of like jump into social media and stuff?
Well, when we moved to the U.S., I was just like a really awkward person.
Yeah.
And God just felt so sorry for me. He was like, you know what? Here are some tits. And then at like 12 years old, I already
Damn.
started to grow boobs. Actually,
Yeah.
I feel like I've talked about this story, but briefly, I started to grow boobs when I was 12, and I was so embarrassed because none of my classmates in Israel like had boobs yet.
Yeah.
So I decided to tape my chest with duct tape,
Yeah.
hoping it'll stop growing.
Clearly worked.
No. And I put a duct tape around it,
Yeah.
and then I would go to sleep with it on, hoping like it'll stop the growth. And one day my mom came to wake me up, and she was like trying to wake me up, and she touched the duct tape on the side of my body, and she's like, Violeta, что это? Meaning like, Violeta, what is that? And I was like,
Shit.
it's for my back pains. I have back pains, and it's to help my back. And she bought me a back brace, and then had to wear the back brace.
No
too
way.
embarrassed to admit
No way.
that like I was just embarrassed and my chest was growing. And then I moved to America when I was 14, and I don't know what was in the milk the Americans drink, but like I went from like an A to a B to like a double D by like the end of 9th grade. And I was like in 9th grade, I was like this foreign girl who didn't speak English with like big ass tits, 5'8".
I think it's probably got something to do with puberty, not the milk. Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like I went to like double D in 2 seconds
Damn.
in 9th grade.
And you were drinking milk. I need to get on this. I need some titties. I feel like I'd be lit if I had some milky tits.
Yeah, I
Hell
was
yeah, you
definitely
would.
super lit in 9th grade. I did not speak English, and I was just like perky ass, like double D's, like hello.
Wait, so you did that English when you come here?
I didn't know English that well. Like we knew some English
Yeah.
because my dad traveled a lot for his job, and sometimes if he was around, he would take us to.
Yeah.
Because he would my dad is Shuskonko. They come from. I didn't grow up with him when I lived in a different country because
Yeah.
he traveled a lot for work. So
Yeah.
he would be around only 3 months of the year.
Wow.
So sometimes on summers, like he would take us. So that's how we learn English. But no, I remember like I took the ESL exam, the English exam, and it was like it was like what comes after inhale. And I was like, fuck, like what comes after inhale? And I remember I had to kind of be like, hey, what comes after inhale? And they were like, exhale. And I was like, oh, okay. And like that's how much I didn't
Shit.
fully understand English yet.
No way.
Yeah.
So how many languages can you speak?
I only speak now only 3,
Oh.
but I used to speak 5.
Only
3?
3? That's crazy. I can speak 40. That's wild.
I used to
Speak
speak
like
5.
22.
I speak Russian, Hebrew, and English, and I used to also speak French and Arabic.
How does your
Wow.
brain do that?
You have to do it young. Like if you learn it young, like you're good.
So I still have time because I'm a baby.
No.
What language do
Probably
you
a-
think in?
Oh, that's a good question.
I count in Hebrew. And
Okay.
I do think in Hebrew, to be honest.
No
like Hebrew
way.
English. Yeah, so that's why a lot of times when my thoughts don't translate properly in English when I speak to people. Sometimes I'll explain myself. People would be like, oh, she came off a brace, blah, blah, blah. It's because I'm translating for what I'm thinking in my brain in Hebrew. I'm translating it to English when I'm speaking. So it can be confusing for me.
That's
Oh,
fucking
wow, that's
crazy.
Yeah.
My inner dialogue isn't the same as like my voice. It's Samuel L. Jackson's voice.
Oh.
Motherfucker. Kid.
So, okay.
So getting fingered, yeah.
Oh, yeah. that was just trying to, like, you know, like break the mood, like break the ice.
You're like, so how do you have anal? Go on.
Nah,
Have you ever shitted on a guy? Let's just break the ice.
Have you?
This is Violet Benson. No, I haven't.
You've never shit on a guy?
No.
Why'd you just bang your head?
I don't want to jinx myself. No, I haven't yet. Not yet.
So you didn't have much like English speaking skills and stuff like that when you're coming out here and you're figuring out things. Why do you think you have such a hard exterior? Like we've been talking about this a little bit, but if you don't know Violet, she's very like blunt and to your face. I think it's sound like the Russian heritage because they're very like honest and like truthful and like blunt to your face. But what's going on? Who hurt you?
Fuck off. I thought we were talking about sex.
Hello, you sexy little apricots. Are you at home? Are you feeling a little bit bored? Do you want to spice up your little underwear collection? We're back with our beautiful friends at Parade. If this is your first time listening, Parade is sustainable, environmentally friendly underwear with a purpose. They've got some beautiful bright colors, some bralettes that snug the titties. Very nice. They give you a beautiful little hug. And they're just all around better for the environment, better for you, and better for the people. I love Parade. I've been wearing the G-string this whole time. It's right up my crack. But if you want to go over to Parade and get yourself something, for a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off any purchase over $40 with code TAPIN, or go to www.yourparade.com/tapin and refresh your top drawer with colorful, comfortable, creative basics. One thing about me, Abby, is that I am hairless like a newborn baby. And that is because we're here back with our beautiful sponsors, Manscaped. Now, Father's Day is coming up, my little sausages. If you want to take care of your daddy, if you want to look after your boyfriend or your papa, your papito, go over to Manscaped and you can get 20% off with free shipping if you use the code TAPIN. With Father's Day being around the corner, you probably need a nice gift for your dad's hairy cock and balls. So make sure your dad is taken care of and make him proud this year by getting him the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. The Lawnmower 4.0, you can get that and the Weed Whacker and take good care of him. You can get 20% off plus free shipping with the code TAPIN. Now, I personally shave my chest, my balls, my bits and bobs all around, and I have been using the 4.0 for the whole business, and it has been an absolute dream. It glides over absolutely everything. There's no nicks, there's no cuts, there's no bloody balls, there's no grazes here and there. Everything is just clean and tidy and always taken care of. So if you really love your mum and you really want to take care of her, do this for dad. Send him the Lawnmower 4.0 with the Weed Whacker so your mum is having a nice hairless cock and balls, and can enjoy Father's Day properly by taking care of Big Jim and the twins. So 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code TAPIN. Don't forget that you came from your dad's balls. This year, show your original home some love with Manscaped.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. I want to hear about how you let your cheeks get clapped, but who hurt you, Violet? Tell me.
My sister asked me the same thing. I don't know why my exterior is so hard, but like we were talking about it yesterday.
Yeah.
When you were over my house, platonically. I don't have to explain it like that.
We didn't have sex. Nothing happened.
But
That's not what you told me.
Man, we were talking about it last night, and I said like how it sucks that like I wish I could just show people my more like fun side right away because I'm so friendly and so nice, and it sucks that it takes people a few tries to get to know me. Because a lot of times when people do get to know me, they're like, "Wow, V, like I love like this side of you. Like I wish you would show it to people." I'm like, I want to as well, but like I don't know how.
Yeah.
And I do think it has to do with like my Russian upbringing, and like I told you, I didn't grow up with like a physical relationship with my father.
Yeah.
Like we didn't hug or kiss or even say I love you until I was around 23, 24.
Yeah, that story's crazy.
Which is fine. Like
Yeah.
it's fine.
I've noticed people that are really hard when you actually get to know them, then they're like the nicest, coolest people.
Sweetest,
And you're
yeah.
like inside, they're like well
But
protective.
I feel like if anything, it makes me more real because it's like, but also like Americans are hard for me to understand because Americans, they're like overly touchy and nice. And to me, it feels a little fake because like, I don't like to say I love you to people unless I really mean it. And like, I don't want to call somebody babe, a guy babe if I just met him because it just feels so superficial to me. Like for me, it just feels fake. Like if anything, it makes me feel like when I actually warm up to someone, then that's real. Like now we actually have a connection. So people should fucking appreciate that more. Fuck.
I think people need like a little bit. I don't know. It takes a while. Have you like fallen in love before?
Yeah, I was on and off with someone for like 8 years.
8 years.
whoa.
But I had one boyfriend between that, and then I had a boyfriend before that. But I don't know if it was love at this point, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, because I just feel like if it was love, wouldn't we still be together? Like, if I love this person, if I actually knew what love was back then, wouldn't I still love that person? Because like for me, I look at any of my exes, I feel nothing for them, and maybe that's just how I am. I'm like all or nothing.
I feel like there's levels to love though.
Not for me.
Really?
It's either I'm like all in, or I'm just like out. Like I mourn that person's that relationship and that person, they're dead to me.
What did that guy do right for the 8 years? Like, why did you keep him around? Like, did he just have a monster schlong? Like, did he just tickle you in ways that you've never been tickled before? Or like, what was it? Was it like mentally stimulating?
I think he had like a lot of like psychologically, I would say he has certain traits that were similar to my father, and in a way that he was emotionally unavailable, and I was probably more drawn to that because it was like I've explained it to you that psychologically we tend to be drawn to someone that's similar to one of our parents growing up.
Yeah.
So then your brain subconsciously is looking to recreate a scenario that you had growing up that didn't work out, and your brain is hoping that this time the scenario will be different.
Damn.
So like I think now looking back, I think I was drawn to my ex for being emotionally unavailable because it was like my relationship with my father, and because I didn't get to hear I love you, anything like that from my dad. I was drawn to somebody because like my ex-boyfriend, he was like his father passed away when he was young, so he had to he took over the business. So he was like running a business and he was like also hot, and he was emotionally unavailable, and we're always fighting, and I was just like, oh, this is like love. Like we're so passionate. We're like so hot and cold. Like we would be so passionate to the point that he would like, it was so toxic that I remember one time my dad was next to me and I was on the phone with my ex, and I was just like, I don't know what he said. He's like, never speak to me again, or if I see him, I'm gonna run you over with my car. I was like, oh really? Well, I hope you fucking kill me, because if you don't, I'm gonna come after you and I'm gonna ruin your life. And then like we would do that, and the next day would be fucking. It was just like our foreplay. It was so unhealthy. And like we were bad for one another. Like I don't look back and think, oh, he was just like the worst. Like he was cheating on me a lot. And I think one thing,
cheaters.
You know, life goes on. Like I don't look at it and dwell or view myself as a victim. I think eventually if you stay with somebody that treats you poorly, eventually you're not the victim anymore. Like you made that decision. It's up to you. I'm also 30 at this point. Like, so I feel like I've grown a lot since then. But like I was also, you know, had my flaws with him too, I think. It sucked. With him, I remember there's so many times I wanted to like kiss him or like hug him or tell him I loved him or like to open up about something, and I just didn't know how because like I didn't grow up with it. So then I remember like one time I was really sad about something. I didn't know how to. Yeah, I remember on my one birthday, my mom ended up in the hospital because she got really sick and we thought she had cancer. And like I didn't know how to tell anyone because I just like I don't talk about, especially back then, I just can't talk about those things. And I remember I was just like in my birthday dinner, like just after seeing my mom in the hospital, and I was like so sad. I'm like holding back from crying. And I'm just sitting there with my boyfriend and my friends, like no one knows. And then afterwards, my boyfriend ended up just like ditching me to go hang out with other people. So I was like, whatever. But I remember I was dying to tell him. And when I slept over his house, only when he went to sleep is so pathetic. He went to sleep, and that's when I was looking at him and I was like, hey, I have something to tell you. And then I told him while he was sleeping, and it sounds so pathetic.
So he didn't even hear you.
No, but it was like
At least you got it out though.
Yeah, I just needed to unload. But like, it was so hard for me. Or like, there's so many times I just wanted to hug him and kiss him, and I didn't know how because I didn't have that relationship with my father, so it just felt like not natural. But that's why one day when I created Daddy Issues, and I finally found myself like for the first time in my life. And then I also created my podcast. I had like this pursuit of literally becoming the opposite of what I grew up with. So it was kind of like, I want to hug people. I want to kiss people. I want to tell them I love them. Like I want to act on my feelings. I started telling my dad I loved him. I didn't care if he quote unquote rejected me, which he didn't. And then like my whole family's more loving now. When I like someone and I date them, like I'm so obsessed with them. Like I just want to kiss them and touch them nonstop. And it's like it's such a night and day. And obviously I'm not fully there yet because when people meet me, I'm not that open. But like I'm doing my best. I just like
I just hated me first bit. I was like, damn. Because I get like shy and nervous when I'm around Francesca's friends because I know like they've definitely like heard her side of the situation that's going on. So when I saw you guys, I was like, oh fuck, like they're gonna hate me, and I was like, I don't want to be around them. I don't know what's going on. So I just kind of get like shy and like hide in my shell a little bit. And then I think also my friends were like a little bit like taken back because you're just like calling the shots and like bossing everyone and being like sassy. So what do you think is gonna happen next though for you? Like how do you continue to open up and like love more? I think I have moments where I'm more open, and then I really love the person that I am. Like I like to see myself from the outside. I'm just like, oh, like I love that side of me. But then the other part of me is just so quick to shut down. Like it's so easy to just go backwards. Something happens that just makes you feel uncomfortable, and right away you're just like, fuck this. That's just how I am. Like if something makes me uncomfortable, I'm just crazy. Like, don't fucking speak to me ever again. Like I'm done. Damn.
Over the smallest thing, and then I just rather just not deal with it. I don't want to think about it. And I also don't tell my friends anything. So I don't talk to people about anything.
So you're a little closed book.
Yeah, I just keep keep things to myself.
Do you do therapy or anything?
I
Just podcast.
no, I was.
It is like therapy though.
No, I was, and then I started doing my podcast, and I started to do more things where my solo episodes are full on giving advice to women about so many things, including things that I've gone through. And because I read so many books about it. Like every solo episode, I read like 2 books about dating or emotions or something before, and I'll watch a bunch of TED Talks from psychiatrists and psychologists. So like I learn and I write notes, and I'll learn so much from it. So then it's as if, I mean, even what I just said about what you search for in in a partner that you comes from your father, it's things that I've read.
Yeah.
So I feel like
that's why I was
Francesca
wondering how
looks-
you knew that. I was like, she must either do a lot of therapy or watch a lot of YouTube videos.
we'll also read books. Like I think books still exist.
Books too,
yeah.
Okay, well, how did you get into like daddy issues? Like, how did you create that meme page? Is that what you're known for?
Yeah, I'm known
Oh,
as
you
daddy
made daddy
issues.
issues. I like that's a good
What?
meme page.
No, we hate.
I didn't know
we
that
hate
was
daddy
you.
issues over here. They trash me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they trash me.
Do
oh,
they?
fuck. Forget daddy
Have I?
issues.
Remember, there was this one real IGTV video where you're like, "Did he cheat on you?" And she's like, "Mm-hmm."
Oh, that was a really good one.
And then all the comments were just like blatantly like attacking me. I was like, okay, first off, this is just someone's like grabbing at something, and it wasn't real. But we're not gonna go.
That was a good video.
Yeah, you
That
get-
episode did really well.
Did it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it did so
I'm
good.
proud of you guys.
Thank you so
Because
much.
I got the brunt of it. All your fans like attacking me, like telling me.
Well,
I'm
I'm
a piece
also
of shit.
mostly female. Like
Yeah.
my following is mostly females. So, I mean, we do tend to take the woman's side. I'm not going to lie. It's funny. Like there's
Yeah, you're
jokes
also
about
a piece
it.
of shit,
I
Harry.
am. I get that most of the time. But
No, but there's jokes about it where like girls can do whatever, and they're like, I keyed his car, girl, whatever you need to heal. Like, and then I fucked his best friend, babe, whatever you need to do to heal. And like that's how women, we protect each other. And
I've
then
had
like,
both those things happen to me.
Yeah, that's this year.
Yeah, legit this year. Like
somebody keyed your car.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But it was my fault.
Oh,
Yeah, I had someone over that I told her not to worry about, but I didn't sleep with her. She was just like, "Hey, I've had a bender. Can I just crash in your bed?" And I was like, "Cool."
all right.
I was like, "I'm just gonna go to the gym."
And then she was like, hey, I don't have underwear. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. And then she's like, can I stay for a few days? And I was like, oh, I'm such a good guy. Yeah. And then she's like, can I just shower naked in your house and just walk around naked? And I was like, you know what? Because I'm a good person. Yeah.
That's kind of how it happened, to be honest.
That's
But this other
crazy.
girl was like stalking me. Like I'd be at the gym and she'd be like waiting outside of my car, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. Hi."
Sounds like love.
Yeah. No, there was love thrown
I
around.
wish
a little.
I had a girl stalking me. I'm jealous, dude.
It's a good feeling. At least you feel wanted. You know. You feel really have you had anyone stalk you like crazy exes and shit?
I've had like, that's the thing. Okay. Now I'm going to sound like an asshole what I'm about to say.
Say
That's
it.
it.
Okay. I feel like because I also have grown as a person, I've like learned to love myself more. I feel like my daddy issues persona, or even a little bit my podcast persona in some ways, don't reflect like the actual person who I am. I
Yeah.
feel like online, maybe I like to act more like, oh, this guy doesn't want me, whatever. But like in real life, it's more like guys usually kind of get obsessed with me because I'm mean. And like for some reason, I think they have
that's
some
true.
issues.
I can see that because like, no, I get it because like it's like a annoying challenge. You're like, fuck, like I really think this girl's not. And then I understand what because you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna be a little bit nice, and then the next day, like, actually, I'm just gonna self-sabotage and blow this shit up.
It's
then
like
guys-
subconsciously love bombing without even meaning to do it.
just giving them constant like heart blue balls like the whole time.
Literally.
Well, you know-
and I don't fuck any of them. That's literally, and I've tried to explain this to my followers. Girls, like if you want to just have fun, have sex with whoever you want. You want
Yeah.
to date a guy? Don't fuck him right
Hey,
away.
hey, whoa, hey,
We
hey.
know a guy that's a virgin. We should pair you together and then see who falls in love first.
Oh, I would never fall in love with a virgin.
See, I would never fuck a virgin again.
Like,
Why
why would
would
I
you-
do that to myself?
Why would you not?
Why would I do that to myself? Like the things I'm into, he's gonna like not like it.
What are you into?
I can't
Come
say
on.
all of it.
No, let's bring the little freaky side. Go.
Okay, so like it's funny though because I don't sleep around,
Mm.
but like it's crazy because I love sex. Like the reason my ex and I were together for so long was not because we had good conversation. Like I could not care less what he had to say. at
Quick
one point.
question.
Yeah.
Have you got a leather fetish?
No.
Okay, sorry, continue. It was a
Leather?
previous episode. We're
It's
trying
just
to.
a callback.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure it out.
Oh no, not my thing.
Okay, continue.
But with my ex, like we stayed together for so long because we were just always fucking. Like
Damn.
I would just want to have sex with him all the time and like not talk because also did not want to deal with like talking or feelings.
Yeah.
So like I do love sex. I feel like it takes like a lot of self-control to be able to just not have sex, to choose to not have sex. But like I'll masturbate all the time. I talk about it on my podcast,
Yeah.
Too Tired to Be Crazy, that like you should masturbate if you want to. It's like part of like our routine sometimes, you know, if you have a headache or if you're bored or if you can't fall asleep or if you have some time to kill or
Sounds like my everyday life, to be honest. Got a headache? Oh, fuck, better just come real quick.
yeah, I mean, it's good for you.
Yeah.
But like during sex, I've done this before when I don't tell the person I'm hooking up with that I'm about to do it. Like the first time I have sex with somebody, I'll just like we're about to have sex and I'll just open my little fun drawer and suddenly there's like zzzz, and I'm like, hold on, don't worry about it. And they'd be like, what? And I'd be like, don't worry about it. Zzz. And I'll just start using it as we're about to have sex.
That's
But
awesome.
I found out that apparently you have to like tell people like, hey.
What, you have a vibrator? Or you're putting it in his ass?
No, for
Oh.
me.
Okay, that's great.
No, but like you have to tell people that's happening.
Why?
I don't know.
Would you want someone to tell you?
I don't know.
I
I don't
whip shit
care.
out and I'm like, here, let me just stick this down there.
Oh my god, I would never hook up with a guy that's like, oh, I have these toys. I've heard about guys who do
Really?
this. They're like,
I'm that guy.
They keep a chest of toys, and it's like they're like, no, but I
let's
sanitized
not come
it.
for me. Okay, first off, we're
What
spons-
about
we're-
unopened ones?
Yeah, we're sponsored by Balesa, so I have a whole bunch of like
That's okay.
boxes of stuff, and I'm like, hey, so for my podcast, I need to do some research. It's a good way to get people over. Like, I have to do some research. So if you would come over and just let me put this butt plug in you or the anal starter kit in your ass, let's give it a go.
Yeah.
I'm deathly afraid of anal, so it doesn't happen. It just comes over and then we use other things. But I personally think toys are the way to keep things
Yeah,
alive.
I love toy. I mean, not to keep things alive. It's like the first time I have sex with someone, I'll use a toy.
Every time?
Maybe the first time because I still can't tell like
Yeah.
how we are. So then I like get really upset if I don't come.
Really?
I get really irritated and I'll just be like, just leave.
No way.
I've done that maybe twice, and then except that I'm usually really
Okay,
nice.
okay.
Now I sound like a bitch again.
But okay, so as a young man listening, or maybe a young female that's into making girls come, what's the top tips that you would think that would be the best way for, say, like a 20-year-old young stallion that wants to make his girl come?
Definitely like focus on her. Like not all girls like to get eaten out. Like I know I don't. Like the first time I hook up
Really?
with somebody, yeah, I get a little uncomfortable. Like I just feel like
Damn.
it's such a personal like place.
Shit.
I've had guys who like are all about that, and I'm
Yeah.
like uncomfortable, and then he's like, just let me do it, and I'm like, oh, okay, and then I'm just laying there, and it's uncomfortable. Like I feel like a lot of foreplay before.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people are into different things. Like one thing that I was really into that like I still don't with my ex-boyfriend that I feel like I don't tell other people because I feel like it weirds them out. Like something that makes me come like within 2 seconds. It's so embarrassing.
We want to hear it. Yeah, go on, little
It's so
snotty pants.
stupid. Okay, so like I'm really into like massage porn because I really like that stuff. So if my ex would just like massage like my thighs and then you lay on your stomach and then like you massage the thighs and then like it like gets through the vagina part for a second and then like massage the butt and then again it's like teasing you and then when you
Yeah.
flip over and he's like massaging the thighs and gets closer to the vagina, like within 2 seconds I'll just come like 'cause
Without
it's
even
like,
touching it?
like he touches it for 1 second, like he finally gets on there and I'm just like I came.
Really?
Yeah, because it just like it's such a turn on thing of like not getting it and
No,
but then
I fuck with that.
right? Okay, cool. I just never know how to talk about
I've
that.
been like, I definitely there was some of the first porn that I watched was like that massage porn because I was like trying to like figure out how to like make it a good time for them. I feel like that's definitely like teasing is like the biggest thing. One time when I was living in New Zealand, we call her Jolene the Parmesan Queen.
This is the second time you've brought her up on the
I plug it
podcast.
out. We call her the Parmesan Queen for no reason. Just it sounds funny with the name, Jolene the Parmesan Queen. but she would like tease me forever, like kissing here, like touching it, like stroking my nuts a little bit and like stroking my dick like a little bit, and it would drive me insane. So by the time she would like finally start giving me head, it would be just like game over. I was like, this is so annoying because she'd just do it every single time. I feel like teasing and like patience is like the biggest and most important thing.
Yeah, but I think like so guys should do that with women too, or kind of just like figure out like what are you into or whatever, you know, versus like if you just like put the penis like right in and like not like actually a high percentage of women don't come from like intercourse, like they need more from that. So then it's like either a vibrator or that stuff. But yeah, I fucking love that. But also like I think, what if a girl's like wondering how to turn on a guy or okay. I feel like when two people are about to have sex, it's like very vulnerable moment for both people. Yeah. And I think a lot of times people start to get insecure, like women and men, about their bodies and things like that. And I try to tell girls that, you know, like, don't ever feel insecure about your body. Like in the bedroom, you have to look at yourself like you are a queen. You're a 10 out of 10 and you are so fucking hot. This guy is so lucky right now. He gets to fuck you. And he's not looking at any like cellulite, whatever you have, like if one nipple is bigger than the other, whatever you have going on or whatever. He doesn't care. He just like, he can't believe that he's invited to the vagina party and he gets to like be inside there and like party there. Like he's so excited. And he gets to see like, oh my God, titties. Oh my God, vagina. Like, fuck yeah. This is so fun.
Preach.
No, it's so true. I always like. I think the first, like, one of the things is like I never pay attention to detail, and like especially when I'm like in that situation because I know like girls get like insecure, especially like when I'm starting to eat puss, like when I eat pussy or like a girl that like isn't that comfortable. I just make sure that I close my eyes. I'm like, look, like it's fine. I'm not paying attention to detail down here. Like
you close your eyes. I have to snort. You close your eyes.
No, if some girl's like insecure about like if she's like
she's like, hey, that's my thigh. You're like, oh, sorry, my eyes are closed. I have like, no idea where I am.
Sorry, I'm sucking with your toes. I thought that was your clit. It was just fucking swollen. But no, I just like I feel like just ladies, if you're listening, like guys don't really care. We're not like. You're right. Like, we're not paying attention to detail. We're not looking at your cellulite. We're not going to be like, oh my God, is that some lower back hair? Let's just fucking shave this real quick. Like,
hey, can I help you out with that?
Have you got a hairy asshole? Let me just pull out a wax strip. Like, no one cares. Like, we're in there just trying to bust away. I usually find by the second or third round, though, like, my brain just starts, like, thinking about random shit because I'm, like, trying to, like, make it, like, a marathon.
My favorite thing, to be honest, like, if I hook up with somebody and now that I'm older is what I'm into that. Like I love, like I think it's really hot. It turns me on and it turns me on. It also turns me on to watch my partner get turned on is I like to get undressed in front of the person because I think that's the hottest versus like them undressing you. Yeah. I think it's really hot. And then in my room, there's like a mirror. So I actually will stare at myself getting undressed because I think I turn myself on and then I get like turned on watching them like watch me undress. And then I'll just stand there and be like, do you like? Nice. You like this? You'll be like, you're so hot. And I'll be like, right?
I know. Yeah, I'm looking at myself in the mirror.
I know.
I think one of the hottest things is when I will be with someone, but I would like sit there and be like, get them naked, and then I would be like, okay, now play with yourself. Like that for
that is really hot.
That turns me on because I'll just be like sitting there like at the edge of the bed and be like, okay, like I want to see you like get close to coming, and then I just swoop in like a knight in shining armor and take away her moment. Like that's mine. Like I'm gonna make you come now.
You did all the work. Let me
Does
finish.
People know how many people you've slept with?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, on my podcast, I've mentioned it before that I've slept with 9.
Yeah. How crazy is that? She's only slept with 9 people.
That's great.
Very open.
Yeah.
And talking about it. No, it's good though, because like a lot of people, because I know when I talk about my shit, everyone's like, oh my God, you're just a massive like man whore, which is fine. I get it. Like I've told people how many people I've slept with on this podcast before, but the number's gone up a little bit since then. But like people just think like, people think I've slept with like thousands of people. I'm like, no, like I'm just open and comfortable with talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see the big deal. Look, I don't see the big deal with women sleeping with a lot of men too. I feel like there was something that was embedded in my brain because 3 of my exes are Middle Eastern when I was younger, and like the main one was also Persian. I don't know. It's like it's in the culture of Middle Eastern. I'm also Middle Eastern, although I'm Israeli, but like it's something in the culture where they make you feel as a woman that you shouldn't be sleeping with too many people. So my ex, even though he was cheating on me, he would make me feel like even looking at another man was disgusting, like made me feel like a whore. And I don't know what it was, but like it was embedded in my head. And the thought of like a number made me feel like I was just like, oh, I'll never go over 5.
No
and
way.
it was just like, you know, because God forbid I'll be a whore and like enjoy my body. And I feel like when you look back, like when you're married and you have kids and you're gonna look back, you're not gonna regret like getting gangbang. I don't think.
No way.
You're probably gonna be like, oh, that was really fun. The like ended up, you know, getting gangbanged by the cast of Too Hot to Handle. I don't know. But like it'll just be a fun memory. And I wish like it wasn't like embedded in my brain, but now like I'm already older, and at this point I kind of am looking for a partner that I want to date.
Yeah.
But like if I do have those moments where I'm bored and I want to have fun, like I don't hold back anymore. Like if I got bored and I want to fuck somebody, I would do it if it worked out or not. If it doesn't, whatever, then I'm not bored anymore. So like, yeah.
Sorry, there's just.
I love that you're 30 because everybody I meet like, these days is like 22 years old, and I feel like an old man.
Yeah, well, we also look the same. So I like probably look like I'm 22, and they look like they're 30, and I look like I'm 30. We all have the same face. So
You look very young.
yeah, we have the same face.
So what's the best thing in the bedroom, like for you, like apart from like undressing
Me
yourself?
coming.
Okay, but like this is just.
Oh my God, wait. One time when I was having sex with this one guy that I was hooking up with, I told you about yesterday, the first time we had sex, like I didn't know how to end it. I didn't know guys do this. We finished having sex and I was like, hey, good job. And I high-fived him. And we high-fived each other. But I think when you are like in a place where you're so comfortable with the other person, like that's hilarious. And then sometimes we will high-five each other after we finish having sex.
I've done a couple of times where I'd be like, okay, I'm disembarking now, and I'm like, the spaceship's going out. I'm like, that's just so immature.
I think it's funny.
Because I just try to make jokes after it because you feel comfortable.
We just like high-five. We're like,
yeah.
lit.
I
Actually-
like it after I come and we both get on our knees and we pray to Christ for forgiveness for what we just did.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Actually, at one time I had this girl come over. It was after like a long night, and we hooked up. And then I go to get a water because I have like water bottles, and I always try and like because I feel like people feel special when you bring them a water bottle. So I come back, I get her a water bottle, and she was fully dressed. She's like, "Okay, thanks, I got what I wanted." I was like, "Oh, what?" I was like, I want to cuddle. She's like, "No, I don't care. I'm leaving."
I wonder if like people do that to show that they care less or what, because you know research shows that people that cuddle afterwards miss each other more. I forgot what the research is, but it's something that actually like emotional or physical or something where you end up like missing the partner, you get sad or whatever. So then sometimes it's best to not cuddle a person after you sleep with them if you don't want to get too attached to them. Is that interesting?
Interesting.
I like that. Okay.
What's your opinion on this? So I got a stack of dildos as well, and vibrators and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I was thinking about making like a little gift bag. So it's like a vibrator and some chocolates and some stuff like that. And then one day, if a girl ever decides to come over to my house, fingers crossed someday, when she leaves, I'll give her like a little like goodie bag, like a going away present. Like, thanks for coming. There's like treats and vibrator and stuff like that. Starbucks gift card. Is that creepy?
No, I think it's hilarious. I've seen it before on the show called The Game.
Oh,
so
really?
You're not
Somebody
even
else
original.
came up with that? I'm not even original?
Damn. I feel like that's a good.
But no, it's really nice. If that happened to me, I would probably feel super embarrassed and never speak to you again.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, come on. We're trying to help him.
Well, I think if it's like casual and everyone knows it's casual, I think it's hilarious. I think it's like something the person will probably post about and it'll be really funny.
Okay, cool.
You could get some followers.
Nice.
Yeah, you'll just getting tagged and then.
Like, I just fucked Abby. You gave me a ballistic vibrator.
No, I heard that like anyone that enters Dan Bilzerian's house at one point like leaves the house with a gift, whether or not you sleep with
Like
them.
an STD?
No, I can't say that because I'm friends with them, kind of. Yeah. So I don't want to be mean, but like, but maybe. I heard that like you can just like you'll leave with gifts or whatever. So people used to be like, "Hey, do you want to go to like Dan's house? It's really chill, blah blah." And I'd be like, "No." Actually, I became friends with him and Dan, and but you know I'm very mean. So one time Dan invited me for lunch because he followed Daddy Issues for the longest time, and we like became friendly on it. And I remember first I had because I'm so Russian and I'm like. No. I remember I had to do an event for some like award or something. I had to fly to Vegas. And he was just like, hey, if you want, you can take my private jet and you can fly there because I can just, because like I need it. I'm in Vegas right now, so I need it. And literally I was like, hey, no, it's cool. Like they booked me Southwest. So I'm just going to go on Southwest. Like, I swear, because that's just how I am. Because my dad always taught me there's no such thing as a free meal.
Yeah.
So I was just like, no, I'm good. Thank you so much. So I did not take the private jet. So then afterwards, he like invited me for lunch at his house. So for us to meet. And I was like, okay. So I come to his house. His house was like, it was back when he was living in Bel Air.
Yeah.
And his house was really big. And I show up. And like I have a schedule, like I have shit to do that day. Like, hello,
I'm a busy bitch.
I'm a fucking busy bitch. So I come to the house and then he's like signing some papers with somebody. Like first I can't even find him because the house is so big.
Massive.
So I'm like on random floors and I finally find him and I was like, hey, so what's up? And then he's just like, oh, sorry, I have to like, it's the governor. We're like talking about things and I have to figure it out. And I was thinking like, I don't give a fuck. Like, why are you wasting my time? So I was like actually irritated. So I'm just sitting in the movie theater annoyed. And then after like 20 minutes, I was like, hey, I'm getting a headache and I have things to do. Like, I'm going to head out. And I was so irritated. So then I just kind of like was not that friendly. And then Halloween happens and he invites me to his house for the Halloween party and he invites a bunch of other people. He told me exactly what time to come and like how to get to so I can get in faster, whatever. I ended up being like 2 hours late because my friends were taking a long time. So I ended up showing up there and there was like a struggle to get in. I wasn't going to stand in line. I was just like, I don't want to do that because fuck this.
Yeah,
fuck this guy. So I left and I remember I got so mad and I was just like, I cannot believe you had me stand in line. He was just like, I'm so sorry. It was just all these. I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck who you are. You know, I'm like, first of all, I will never step foot in any of your fucking parties. You think I need to be there? You think you're that special? Fuck this. And he was just like apologizing.
You gotta be
just
careful. He'll throw you off a roof into a pool.
Into a pool. Like, I think I'll be fine.
Did he do that?
Yeah, he like some girl broke her foot.
Damn.
Okay, well, thank God it was via text. So I went off. He like apologized. I didn't speak to him. And then a few months later, I got over and I was like, hey, can we be friends? And he was like, yeah.
And you
I was
guys are
like,
cool now?
Yeah. That's the thing about men.
Has he ever hit?
No.
Well, hey,
What?
Well, he had sex with like everyone in him and Tiger clean up everyone in LA. So
Yeah, but it's like, for what? Like, I don't need new shoes. Like, I don't need anything. I don't need, like, to go on a private jet. I can just fly on Southwest just fine. So I make my own money. So, like, I want to sleep with somebody I have, like, a good conversation with and I'm attracted to. Not that there's anything wrong with Dan. Like, I like him as a person, but I don't see myself, like, dating him or... I don't know. I heard he has a big dick.
He has a big dick?
Yeah.
Nah, well,
He better have a big dick.
yeah, isn't he like 5'8"?
Actually, I heard when guys are shorter, they tend to have big dicks.
Well, it's because there's less body, so it looks bigger, I guess.
Oh, that's possible.
No, like a lot of porn stars are very short and they just have hammers because it looks bigger on their bodies.
My mom said that when men lack in height, they make up in other places. And then I was like, Mom, Dad is an inch shorter than you. Why would you tell me that?
Yeah. That's so rude. Yeah, I have a micro penis, everyone.
My dad's packing.
Yeah, damn. Wow. I actually did post a revealing like dick imprint thing on my Twitter a while ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was good. I was like, I gotta get the meat out somehow. I was like, I need some shit to leak.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Here we go.
Harry,
No.
how do you like to get fucked?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
So I personally am more dominant in the bedroom. I don't hate being on bottom, but I get competitive and it pisses me off. To a point, like when I'm in a situation, like I feel like it's also very different. Like with some people, like the sexual energy's there and you know what you can say and get away with. With other people, like you have to be like very cautious and like move a little bit more sensitive. But like I personally love like the type of stuff I said before is like walking and like take your fucking clothes off, lay down, and I want you to start like playing with your pussy.
Oh,
like,
that's really aggressive.
Like that's it's like very aggressive, and like that's the type of shit that I like to enjoy because I want to make sure that they're having a good time and they're into it. But again, like that. I love eating pussy. Like that's the first thing I do every time before I have sex. Like I just love diving right in, make sure they come, then we're sweet, and then going from there. I just love being in control. But when I don't mind when a girl's on top, but I also fucking hate when a girl says they're about to come. Drives me insane because I'll just bust. I'm like, this is just stupid, every time.
What do you mean?
Like I saw a TikTok where this guy was like, oh my God, when you're about to come, and he just switches up the stroke. It's like if I am slapping your guts and you say I'm about to come, in my head I have to completely switch and slow down because I will bust right away.
Oh, got it. You
Knowing-
have to slow down because now you're gonna come.
Yeah, that's like a trigger, like that. Like
Oh, so she just should not say anything. Just be
come.
silent the whole time.
Just come.
No, a girl has to say I'm about to come so you don't fucking move.
Yeah, but
Because girls, it's like everything's just so complicated down there. So we're like we can literally be in a position like this, and we're like, I'm about to come, like don't move, and we're just like staying in this weird ass position until we come. Like it's like no one move.
no, but if we're like if we're like deep stroking your shit and like it feels really good and like it's a vibe.
Well, figure it out. You have to think about things that you don't want to think about. That's nice. So what's your favorite position?
I like when they're like laying down, so like face down, like planking almost, and then just like your bum up a little bit, and I can see like your whole business.
Yeah.
You have your hand on their low waist and like hand on the back of the head and push it in.
Yeah.
I feel like for me that's mine. What's yours?
I just like being on my back.
So you're a
Super
starfish?
chill.
Are you a starfish?
What do you mean? I just like to lay on my back because I like
With
it.
your
Like
vibrator.
Well, sometimes like there's some people, one or two person people that I've slept with, like I didn't even really need a vibrator. It was just like we had such. If you have really good sexual chemistry with someone, you don't even have to come, and it's just going to be the most amazing, mind blowing sex because it's just the energy. And like I like if we're just like. You're breathing in each other's ear and you're like it's all like very passionate, you're kissing, like sometimes it can be fucking, but like to be honest I just like it when it's very passionate. And then we can like flip around, and I like it when you like then on your stomach and then you like arch your back and you go like up, and then that's how they can you kiss like that.
Oh, that's lit.
Like I like love all that stuff.
What's your biggest pet peeve in the bedroom? Like what do you hate?
In the bedroom?
Yeah.
Where should I come? I don't know. Fucking figure it out. Why are you asking me? like I think that one. That was annoying. But it's always like one time I was sleeping with somebody and they were like, the person was like, where should I come? Either, and he goes, inside of you or on your face. I'm like, no, and I was like, literally in the middle, I was like, wait, what? I was like freaked out.
Wait, also,
and then he came inside of me and I was like, what?
But
it was, like,
I feel like you have to
so fast.
You have to ask, but I always just pull out. But you have to ask because like you don't know if they're on birth control or not.
It's so annoying, but I actually love it when a guy comes inside of me, and I hate admitting that.
Really?
But like it's weirdly like a nice feeling, and it's so gross to admit that because it's not safe, you know, to do that. I am on birth control, but it's still not like safe.
Yeah.
And you know, everyone should use condoms. Like that's better.
Yeah,
Totally.
I do use condoms 100%.
Yeah,
every
it's
time.
like obviously to be safe. But yeah, like I love it when a guy comes inside of me. That's actually my favorite versus I just feel closer to that person. It's like sounds weird. But I also haven't had sex in a year.
That's crazy.
Like a whole year.
That's wild.
Yeah, I don't even know if like sex is different at this point. Like I don't know what people are up to. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't know. Like
Do you like getting your mouth spat in?
How come it's been a year?
Pardon?
How come it's been a year?
Like I've dated guys, but like the guys that I was dating, like it was dating to see if I want to date them like for relationships. So then if I'm not exclusive with somebody, I'm not gonna fuck them because I can get attached if I sleep with somebody. It just depends where my mind is. Like in my brain, I'll be like, I just want to fuck this person or I want to date this person. It's very rare that I look at someone and I'm just like, oh, I just want to fuck this person. It happened only like one time before, and then maybe again recently, but no, not really. It did not happen. So then just once, it only happened once. And that was that guy that I slept with a year ago. And then like I was dating other guys. I didn't sleep with any of them. And then I guess I just got busy with work. And then I don't like, I would like to recycle, but like I haven't recycled. I don't know.
Do you like your mouth being spat in?
I was going to ask you that. No, I do not.
Really?
Do you?
Not like a like bitch. It's like a more so like an excess of saliva and like a slow dribble in, and then you're just like, all right, now suck my dick with it. Like for me, that's.
Oh, it grosses me out if a guy's about to go down me and he goes to spit on it, and I just see like vagina, and then I see like a loogie or whatever. I'm just like, no, ugh. I did not need to see it. One time with my first ex-boyfriend, he was like, "Can I titty fuck you?" And I was like, okay, sure. And I like lay down my back and he just goes, and then like
way.
the loogie was just going down. I swear I could see it in slow motion just going down my chest. And I was just like, and as it hit, I was like, oh, get off me. And I cleaned myself and I was so disgusted.
No way.
And I feel like that just from then
So you're
on.
not a spit person.
No, but some people told me they can be like, I mean, that's like a little better if they're just.
Yeah, no, nice little dribble. Doesn't I like when it goes.
Now
in
I'm
your
just like,
head.
open your mouth. Like, oh my God.
No, if it's yellow, if it's spit out yellow spit, then that's a big no. But
So you like to spit on the girl into her mouth, or you like to get spat on?
I like when I like dribble spit in their mouth, but then I also don't mind it like if it's a nice like sloppy wet kiss. But I also love like excess slather, like when they give me head, like that shit drives me insane.
Yeah. Also, I would like to shout out. I feel like these men don't get enough credit, but I would like to shout out men who are uncircumcised. I feel like they go unnoticed, but a lot of us like them. I'm one of them. Some of my
What?
friends are one of them. Yeah, I prefer guys who are
It
uncircumcised.
looks like a mole rat.
I love it. It's like, first of all, so much easier to give head. You don't even need extra spit.
Really?
Like, it's just easy by itself. It feels better when you're fucking, if you are obviously, God is okay with you in a relationship, you're about to get married, so it's okay to not use protection. Then, like, it's better without a condom. And also, like, it adds a little to the girth. And yeah, I prefer guys who are not circumcised.
Damn, I need to get mine added back on.
Yeah.
Call my fucking mum's doctor. But
Like
hey.
one time I dated a British guy and he was circumcised, and I was like, you did this for what? Like, I'm dating you hoping for something, and this is what you have. I was so
No
disappointed.
way. I feel like, because I'm circumcised, I feel like it's a sleek design. It looks nice. It's new age. It's beautiful.
A lot of girls prefer it, but like I think a lot of us also never understood the difference. Like, I was dating guys, and like my boyfriend was obviously circumcised, and then I was like, yeah, ew, uncircumcised is so gross. And then I realized one guy that I was dating for like 6 months was uncircumcised. This other guy that I used to fuck was
Yeah.
British, and like I remember I ran into some girl who also slept with him, and she was just like, oh yeah, he wasn't circumcised. He wasn't circumcised. And I'm like, no, yeah, he was. And she's like, were you fucking him? And I was like, yeah, a million times. And she was like, no. So I feel like a lot of us didn't even understand the difference, especially when it's
Wow.
hard. It looks the same. But like, at least back then. So I personally, I feel like I like it. So
Okay, where can people find you, Violet?
so people can find me on at daddyissues_, which is my meme page. At Violet Benson, it's my personal Instagram. And then at Too Tired to Be Crazy, that's my podcast. You can find it on Instagram. You can find it Spotify and Apple. It's on every Thursday. And you can also check out the episode just came out with Harry yesterday.
Yes. Oh, where'd you get the Too Tired to Be Crazy name from? I don't understand it.
It's a long story. Honestly, I feel like I should have called it Too Lazy to Be Crazy.
Oh, that.
But it was
I
too
like-
effing late.
You were too tired when you were coming up with a name.
Yeah.
I liked it then.
And I liked it because I was planning on writing dating books. So then I was like, oh, I should start a podcast first. And I couldn't go, even though I have Daddy Issues trademarked, since I started Daddy Issues 7 years ago, I have it trademarked, which is really cool. I would have called it Daddy Issues, but I felt like at this point it would be too similar to the podcast Call Her Daddy.
Yeah.
So I felt like, you know, Daddy Issues is my brand. And I used to call my audience daddies, but like it doesn't bother me. Like I'm completely okay with other women, you know, succeeding and doing their own thing. So I was just like, okay, like it's time for me to recreate like a new brand. So
Yeah.
I'll be known as Daddy Issues, and now there'll be Too Tired to Be Crazy because I'm too tired to be crazy. That's why I'm such a nice person.
Oh, that's what I get. You're so nice and lovely.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Woo, we done? Yay.